Hey guys, we just saw a game that I'm incredibly in love with. I'm not exactly sure how to form sentences anymore. I just saw the most incredible demo for The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. It was incredible.
Wow.
But since these guys weren't able to see it, do you want to tell us a bit about what we just experienced?
It's a quest that we're showing on the main storyline, and you basically are searching for someone. I shouldn't say who that is. And you get a clue to go talk to somebody else about getting another clue to go find who this person is. And you fight some really cool creatures, and the setting is really interesting. It's in the swamp setting of No Man's Land. And the swamps is really cool because it shows off our really interesting water technology and water features. And it shows off our new combat system. It shows off some really new, interesting monsters that you fight. So I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil the game.
We don't want to do spoilers, but if anyone's read the books, would they recognize the girl that we're looking for?
Most definitely, I would say. They probably recognize her, sure, without saying who it is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give the name away, but we saw some incredible stuff. But that map looked enormous. Can you give us some idea of scale? Because we saw we had to fast travel because we didn't have time in the demo. But it was incredible in size.
So we're saying like 35 times bigger than the last game. I think it's like 8 by 8 kilometers or something like that. And so it's quite a big world, you know, in game size.
What it's been like for the team then to bring those big worlds to life? Because we started off in one of the towns and it seemed really busy and populated. Is it kind of generated so where people, if it's time of day, will things like that move around with weather and nighttime?
Yeah, our community system and our ecosystems are all sort of based on weather and time of day, and so people, you know, during the day they work and stuff, and at night they all go inside. So it's pretty standard stuff for RPGs, I think. So we're trying to push it to the next level, and we're doing things like economies will be more dynamic in the game. So if you do something favorable for a village, they might trade with you at more favorable rates and things like that. So in that way, we're taking it further.
Well, we saw some new kind of ways for Geralt to kind of traverse land. Obviously, we had the fast travel because the world's so big, but we saw Geralt climbing as well and swimming, which is really interesting. So what's that kind of be like?
Yeah, so you know, there's a lot of water because it's like set in this part of the game is set in this region called Skellige. So there's lots of water and mountains. It kind of looks like a Norwegian fjords or something like that. So, you know, you have boat travel, you've got swimming, you can go underwater, and you need to move around the map quickly. So you can ride on horses as well. And then since there's lots of mountains, the mountainous area, you can climb mountains and so forth. So we want to make it really feel realistic and really immersive. So if you can't allow them to do everything, it breaks that sort of immersive exploration. So it's all there.
Now we saw some updates to the battle system, mainly new weapons. We looked really incredible. We're taking down some harpies. Can you tell us about the updates to the battle system and some of the new weapons?
Yeah, well, we made the battle system a lot more sort of intuitive feeling and a lot more fluid. And combat is a lot deeper and a lot more tactical in a way. And we took out that thing in Witcher 2, that kind of rollback thing, which kind of broke up the kind of feeling for combat. So now there's a lot more dodging. A lot more parrying comes in, and there are like secondary attacks connected to the parrying system, which is really interesting. Sword attacks are all going to have multiple kinds of variations, whether it's a steel sword or whether it's a silver sword. We added a crossbow in there. The crossbow is cool. There's a short mention of it in the lore. It's called the Gabriel crossbow. And the main thing we wanted to do, we wanted flying creatures in the game, you know, because when you're in a boat, you get attacked by flying creatures. You saw some harpies in this demo. So to take down flying creatures, you know, you need a ranged weapon. So we wanted to add ranged weapons in there. It's also some underwater combat as well, and it's nice to have like a crossbow for underwater sections again. And that's going to be like a fully upgradable weapon, and it's going to be really interesting too. So it adds another dimension of combat. But still, Geralt at core is a swordsman. So all of our animation effort and all of our combat tweaking, all that's really focused around sword fighting.
One thing I noticed with Dem when you said animation, the facial expressions were absolutely outstanding. Have the studio taken that to the next level as well?
Yeah, we're doing a lot. You know, I guess we've been in production for a few years now, and we started a long time ago working on facial animations, and it's all based on phonemes and based on morphing, facial morphing, and things. And the lip sync system and we're using another thing called Faceware to add more detail into it. So it's We can't go as far as performance capture because there's like, I don't know, 40,000 lines of dialogue in the game. So it has to be generated automatically, but we're doing everything we can to make it look really realistic in all languages.
It looks stunning. Now, final question, because I'm a hardcore fan, I have to know. We saw the trailer. Now, we saw Triss, the lovely redhead sorceress. We saw another lady. Would that be Lady Yennefer by any chance?
I can't say who that is. That's a big, big spoiler. So, yeah, you can draw your own conclusions on that one, I think.
I guess we'll just have to find out when the game releases in February, right?
Yeah, you'll find out soon enough.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to go over there probably and cry about how amazing that was, and this is probably one of the best things I'm going to ever see at E3. So
Nice.
Thank you so much for your time. And there you go. Guys, you can keep watching for channels. We've got loads more coming up from the world of PlayStation.